Something was said to me at the weekend by my mum and my mum's husband, and it really kind of made me reflect and think about things over the last 24 hours, and I want to share that with you this morning.
The Drive.
Good morning, everybody. It is Dean here, of course. Welcome to the Monday edition of The Drive. Thank you for joining me here on this journey to Internet Profits HQ. So, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but there's not actually that much around here, to be honest, but certain parts of England and the UK have been hit with snow. You know, it's funny, we don't get a lot of snow, and it kind of grinds the country to the halt. People are like, oh my gosh, I can't go out, or I can't do this, and you know, understandably, obviously, you know, if it's bad, it can be dangerous, and obviously, you know, sometimes they, you know, the sort of advice is to stay in and don't go out unless you absolutely have to. But for me, at least here, it's not too bad. But I hope you had a great weekend. Anyway, being Monday, obviously, it's all about knowing where you're heading, and hopefully you had a good weekend, and now you're ready for an excellent week in your business and moving everything forwards. I always talk about consistent daily and weekly progress. Make sure you're at least taking small steps forwards every single day and every single week towards your goals. Now, I don't want to actually talk about today what's coming up this week. Instead, I want to talk about something that happened this weekend. You see, I had a great weekend. One of the things that we actually did, my fiancée Robin and I, we went on over to my mum's house, to my mum and her husband, Malcolm. And long story short, my mum's husband used to, for like, I don't know, 30, 40 years or so, run a successful plumbing and heating company in Nottinghamshire here in England, which he recently sold and retired from. And we was talking, obviously I've been going through for the last 12 months, you know, I don't talk a lot about it, but we've been going through a massive transition and a huge changes and transformations and reinvestment back into the company here at Internet Profits for the last sort of 12 plus months. Yeah, more than 12 months, 12 to 14 months. And you know, if you followed me for longer than that, you'll have seen that I went from, you know, running the business from out of my home office and, you know, garage that we'd converted, to now we've got the, you know, our main UK headquarters here. You know, 2,500 square foot. You know, we've grown the team, we've grown the company, we've grown the resources. I've reinvested hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in all honesty, you know, like, the reality is it's been a stressful, challenging time, and it's, you know, it's been exciting, but it's definitely been challenging, more so than I thought, because it really took me out of my comfort zone. You know, we were doing very well, outgoings were very low, but I knew that in order to grow continually, and in order for us to be able to continue to grow and achieve what I know we're capable of achieving, you know, we had to grow. We had to grow the infrastructure. We had to grow the team. You know, cracks were beginning to appear in the business before, and it was causing problems. And so I went through all this, and you know, we're still, you know, we're definitely in a much better place, and a much more sustainable place, and a much more exciting place. I know now, you know, whereas before I started to think, geez, are we gonna, like, the cracks are beginning to appear that big? Are we gonna make it through? Like, I didn't think we were gonna completely collapse, but we were going backwards instead of going forwards, if that makes sense. And so I made all these big moves, and you know, it's been a very scary, exciting, I don't know, kind of time. It's been, you know, I think just the bottom line is, it's whenever you step outside your comfort zone, it's like a huge deal, right? It's the same no matter where you're at. I remember having the same feelings at the start of my business, leaving my job, or the start of just getting on a video for the first time. And anyway, back to what happened at my mum's. And so I was talking, and everybody's asking how things are going, and you know, asking how I feel now, and you know, am I nervous? Am I excited? Well, how do I feel? And we're talking it all through, and you know, I was saying, you know, obviously I'm excited. You know, it's just challenging, it's different, it's exciting, it's new, and So what ended up being said is like, Dean, with the amount of effort and hours and hard work you put in, it's going to work. There's no way it's not going to work. You know, the people that don't make things work are the people that don't work at it or don't work on the right things. And, you know, I kind of took a step back from that afterwards, and I realized, like, you know, it's true, it's correct. You know, I remember when I wasn't getting results, when I was struggling years and years and years ago, you know, 10 plus years ago, it's because not only wasn't I putting in real hard effort, but I actually wasn't also working on the right things. And so when you bring those two together, and you put hard work in, and you're focused, and you have the right help and advice to help you focus on the right things, you know, it's only a matter of time, it's only a matter of when, it's not if. You know, the people that are questioning if they can do it is because they don't know if they're working on the right things, they don't have the right support, they don't have the right resources, and they're not necessarily putting the hours into the right things. You know, a lot of people I know from having tens of thousands of customers now is that a lot of people are putting in the hours, but they're putting in the hours on the wrong things because they don't get the right help, they don't invest in themselves. And, you know, that's something I'm always continually doing. You know, I've just joined, for example, a $2,000 a year you know, newsletter and private group on Facebook advertising, because I really want us to know the best and be associated with the best and have the best advice. And that's why I pay Russell Brunson 25 grand a year. That's why I continually invest, you know, multiple tens of thousands of dollars every year to learn from the best, associate with the best, and surround myself with the best, because by doing that, I will always get the best chances of continual success for myself. And so anyway, that is today's random rambling. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you're excited for the week ahead. Of course, join the Internet Profits family by smashing that subscribe button here on YouTube if that's where you're watching us. And with that said, have a great rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of The Drive. Until then, take care.